Have you ever read a verse in the Bible that completely stopped you in your tracks? One so shocking and unsettling you couldn't shake it, no matter how hard you tried. A verse that forces you to pause and ask yourself, am I really where I need to be with God? Picture this. Jesus is speaking to the crowd in Matthew 7, and instead of offering words of comfort, he delivers one of the most sobering truths we could ever hear. Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only the one who does the will of my Father in heaven. Many will say to me on that day, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name, and in your name drive out demons, and in your name perform many miracles? Then I will tell them plainly, I never knew you. Away from me, you evildoers. Just let that sink in for a moment. Imagine standing before the throne of Jesus Christ one day, thinking you were safe, believing you were saved, maybe even pointing to all the things you've done in his name, only to hear those chilling words, I never knew you. That's not just rejection, it's the exposure of a relationship that never existed, a truth that cuts through every layer of outward religion and reveals the condition of the heart. And here's what makes this even more terrifying. Jesus isn't talking to unbelievers, atheists, or people who openly rejected him. He's talking about people who called him Lord, people who served in his name, who looked the part, sounded the part, and even accomplished great things that seemed spiritual. Yet on the inside, they were strangers to him. That tells us something we cannot afford to ignore. Following Jesus is not about appearances. It's not about checking off religious boxes. And it's not even about doing mighty works in his name. It's about something deeper, something real, something living. It's about relationship. And yet how easy it is for us to fall into the trap of routine faith. We go to church every Sunday, we bow our heads and pray before meals. We share a Bible verse online. We sing along with worship songs. And outwardly it all looks right. But what if, in the middle of all that activity, our hearts are drifting far from him? What if our Christianity is borrowed, second-hand, built on routine and appearance, but not on intimacy with Jesus Christ? Because when Jesus says, I never knew you, he's not saying he lacked information. He knows every detail about your life already. What he's saying is, you never truly gave me your heart. You never walked with me. You never let me in. And that should shake us, not to scare us into despair, but to wake us up to the truth. Because here's the hope. If that verse unsettles you, if it makes you examine yourself, that's not condemnation, it's invitation. Jesus speaks this hard truth not to push you away, but to draw you closer, to remind you that real faith is not about performance, but about presence, not about religion, but about relationship, not about pretending, but about belonging. He's inviting you right now to move past routine, past surface level faith, and into intimacy with him, walking with him daily, surrendering your heart, letting his spirit transform you from the inside out. Because on that day when you stand before him, the only thing that will matter is not what you did, not what others thought of you, but whether you truly knew him and were known by him. And when that moment comes, imagine hearing not words of rejection, but the most beautiful words you could ever hear. Well done, my good and faithful servant. Enter into the joy of your Lord. So I ask you, when you stand before Jesus, which words will you hear?